Welcome, friends, to Cannon Plan and Game Plan Live. This happens every Monday right here on my business page and streaming onto my YouTube channel. Thank you for hanging out with me. I am a direct sales planner coach. I love to do all things planning in general, but especially helping those in the direct sales, network marketing, social selling world, help them to be able to execute their plans and be able to make things happen. So if you joined me last week, there was 4 days worth of fun and shenanigans as we were talking all things goal setting. Those replays are still available on the business page until Saturday, good Lord, December 14th. Let's stay in the current month, Cannon, all right? Okay. So we are going to deviate from that just slightly today and talk about building your perfect direct sales planner. If you are in network marketing or social selling, you can also use this style of planner. What I have done is a couple of weeks ago, and I will include the link in the comments once the video is over. A couple of weeks ago, I did a planner review. And in that review, I went through and said, yes, I'm going to continue to use this. No, I'm not going to continue to use this insert. And I started to build those things that I'm going to be using in the upcoming month. Yay, Stacey says she just finished the replays about a half hour ago. Yay, I love that. And so now I have the inserts in hand, and so it's time to put those inserts to action. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to walk you through which inserts I'm going to be using in 2025. And I'm not going to go into detail about each one because that's what we're going to be talking about right here on the page over the course of the next couple of weeks, probably into January as well, as we talk about the things that you can incorporate in your direct sales business, what you might want to start thinking about adding to your goals. Since we just talked about goals, things that you might want to think about how to add into your goals and move them forward. So let's take a look at what I brought for inserts for today. So I have a nice stack. Yes, I plan on having all of these in my planner. Yes, I know it makes it fat and juicy. And yes, I love a chunky planner. So I like to track all the things. And so it doesn't bother me to have more than one. Plus, all of these things are geared towards a goal that I am working on or putting the finishing touches on a lot of things. And you will notice that actually one of these inserts further down here, I cover a lot of things in this insert. We are going to actually talk a little bit about what I do in this insert. Because you might want to think about getting your January one because they're just now available. So let's talk about it. So the first thing that I always have in my planner is a monthly insert, and I choose to use the month with notes. It is a monthly on one page and then kind of these note sections on the other side. In this particular insert, I use it to do tracking all of my monthly dates, appointments, lives I have to be on, those kinds of things. I like to track in there the schedule, also the Tool of 12 release schedule, and any appointments I need to have for my team. On the notes side is really where I kind of track my level one who qualified for the month. I also like to track new teammates that I have, major events that I have going on, which of my leaders qualified for the month, what the rank qualifications are, and where I'm at. So kind of tracking where I'm at throughout the month, the different rank levels, like when do I achieve each of those. And then this square right here says monthly wrap up. I've actually changed this to track my personal volume over the course of the month. Down at the bottom, I put a key because this is normally color coded. And then I leave this spot open for any notes. Currently, for the month of December, I am using this to track how many points I am away from the incentive trip. So just kind of a layout. Every time I go in and check it, I write the new total in there so that I can kind of see what I'm looking at. Now, if this looks not very concrete to you and kind of abstract, don't worry, you guys. We are going to talk about setting up all of these inserts to get ready to go for the new year. I'm just not going to do it today. All right. Goal setting, you guys walked through this process with me. I have not actually put my goals on paper yet in this format. I kind of have them in my ChatGPT, and we're talking amongst the two of us to figure out the plan. So if you guys saw this layout, this was part of the workshop, the Vision to Victory workshop. I showed this on day 2. So I plan on implementing this in my own personal planner this coming year and incorporating this. I wasn't going to until I did the workshop, partly because when I did my planner review, we didn't have the new insert style yet for goals, and we still had the old one, which I didn't love 100%, but I really like this layout, and so I think I'm going to incorporate this moving forward. So yes, this is staying in my new setup. To go along with that is also what we talked about on day 3, which is the goals and habits tracker. I prefer the vertical style. I have some friends that love the horizontal. It's brand new. It was actually just released on Tuesday. If you are interested in that style, please go and take a look at it. I like this one because I like to write my goals and what I'm working on. There isn't a lot of space for that in the new one, and so I prefer this style. So I am going to be using the vertical goals and habits tracker. Gradebook. This one is a given. I am not going to show you all the bits and pieces of what's in this, but I'm going to show you kind of how I have it laid out. This is what I do my follow-up in. I'm going to give you a brief sneak peek. It looks like this. Okay, that's the sneak peek you get. Customer names go here. Contact information based off of what they ordered goes here. So date of order, email. This is what triggers the email. When the item shipped, when it was received, I do a 3-week follow-up, a 2-month follow-up. I check whether or not it's a hostess order or whether or not it's a refill club order. One of the things that I love about this is if you are set on what you are choosing to track, instead of writing it 5 bazillion times, you can cut the top off of it and just write it one time. So I have it for both. Okay, so there's this, and then there's this as well at the top. Okay, so I just cut that little strip off. That's just a little tippy tip for you if you choose to use it that way. So that's the gradebook. The next insert that I'm going to be using is the customer contact insert. I have gone back to messaging my customers. I lost track of that in the fury and flurry of all of the business things. And I really want to get back into meeting my customers, talking with them, and being able to really be a part of their process with them as they go through their planning. So I am going to be incorporating this. I might change up a little of the information that they have at the top. Right now it says name, email, phone number, birthday, and order follow-up. Right now I'm tracking how long they've been a member of my group and what kind of message I'm sending, whether is it a messenger, was it an email, like where was the contact point at? Of course, I'm going to keep the birthday because I have some things coming up for my VIPs moving forward. And then order follow-up or information will go here. Probably not order anything, but follow-up will go here because they'll be looking for something specific. The 3 boxes say join host or VIP, however you choose to utilize those. Because I'm using it mainly for my VIP group, I don't necessarily need these boxes, but I may use them in the future. All right. Planning and journaling, you guys. This is one that has only been around since September, but I actually use 2 of these. I use an extra large for business weekly planning, and I use a large one for personal journaling. So I do get both plans and journaling. I just use 2 different inserts in order to do it. So let me I want to briefly walk through what the pages that I'm using for this particular one are, because each one in here is very important for the process of my business. So I use the monthly, not as a monthly. This is where I do my content planning. So as the plans happen for content planning, you will see some of them are marked off. Notes, arrows, I write all kinds. Like this is a very loved version or portion of the insert. So I like to go in. I write like the content plan, the things that I need to remember to post multiple times throughout the month. So let's say I'm doing Refill Club. It's in here multiple times so they don't forget to do that post. If I don't have that reminder, I'm pretty sure I will remember it, or pretty sure I will forget it. And so I like to write it down. And then I also like to kind of build my content plan, the flow, so that I kind of know what I'm doing, but I don't necessarily do all of the planning for the entire month. I kind of take it a week at a time. So that's what I use this page for. This one is events. What do I have coming up? What are my personal goals? Highlights. I go back anything at the end of the month. I kind of put an idea in. This is something that's new to me that I've been working on, and I am struggling with it as I get into it. But all of these things need to be done. So this is in my membership group. I introduced something called 75 Hard Social. This is not a new system and not a new thought process. There is a 75 hard weight loss program. This is just regarding your socials. So what I do for the 75 hard is we pick different things that we want to focus on, and then you work on those things throughout the month. You definitely want to try to do them over and over and over again and not break the chain. When you break the chain, you have to go back and start over. As you can see, things have gone a little bit wonky, and so I am just back on day one. I have a couple of things that I need to fill in to finish on day one, but it's fine. This is something that is definitely a challenge for me and something that I want to get better at. And that's okay to put things on a routine if it's something that you want to push you and help you to be better moving forward. All right, then the next thing they're going to find is my planning. So I do weekly planning in here each one of the weeks. This week's planning. It starts as a dot grid, and then I do the weekly planning, and then we go over this actually in my membership session. The next page, and this is actually an idea from Teresa Stone, who is one of my leaders. She was using this page to track her daily PV. So like what days was she seeing high sales on, what days was she not? And luckily, so far this month, I have not had a 0 sales month, which is pretty impressive. I'm pretty excited about it. That hasn't happened for me for a long time. So I'm pretty excited about the way that this month is going. I know that some 0 days are going to be popping up, but this is just a tracker. Each one of the Art of Planning and Journalings comes with a page like this. It is a thematic tracker of some kind. You get to choose what you want to call it. It's just called tracker when you get it. So that's what I'm using for this page. This page I'm using for customer contact, not to be confused with the customer contact page. So what I'm doing here is anytime that I send a message to a customer, usually about something that I'm doing in my group, whatever, then that contact information goes here. If they respond to me and they need something from me, or I need to track or keep track of something for them, that's when they're going to go in the customer contact insert. So this is a little bit different. It says customer contact, but this is me. I sent messages, and this is I got a response. I need to act. That's the difference between these two. Let's see what's on the next page. Every month I have month end to-do list. This is my month end to-do list. I like to write it in here beforehand so that I can start working on it, so that I can get things done before the month end. These are all things that my business needs in order to start the month on the right foot. So I like to write like non-group specific, like doing my media update, doing a new release blog post, ordering email, social stats, tracking my social stats. I have the plan in place, putting together each one of those things for my team, things for my personal, and then things for my business page. All of that stuff that goes here. What I'm using this page for is I create a monthly content plan. On this page is where those notes go as I'm creating them. And then I wanted a way to keep track of where my team finished at the end of the month without having to go back and look at a report necessarily. I can just pull this out and not have to get on the computer and look at all the things. I am hearing you, Stacy. I see your head nodding. So in here, I have Comma Club level 1, 500 Club level 1, Qualified level 1, Lifetime Milestones, Team Builders, and Rank Advancements, just so that I can kind of get a snapshot of who landed where over the course of the month. This is where I track my social stats. So I put last month's beginning numbers in here, and then I will add the ending numbers, and then I will do the calculations to kind of see where my growth is. This page, I still have not figured out how I'm going to use yet. So it's just here. And then the last page, I haven't finished setting up yet, but this is my month end where I ended up. So what was my personal volume? What was my team volume? What was my group volume? How many qualified levels did I have? What was my current lifetime volume? And then the other thing I'm tracking is incentives. What incentives did I earn? The last page says next month goals and events. So, and then of course there's pen test page, but that has nothing to do with your planning. So this is why I love this and why I will be including it, because it has a lot of things that I can check off my box all in one insert. So I don't have to have 15 inserts, and I love that. All right, then I have two well-noted inserts. One of them is going to be used for team communication. So when I do our weekly accountability meeting with our team, I like to write notes of what they're working on so that I can check in with them. And then the other one is just going to be notes for me when I'm working on big projects. So when I'm working on a workshop, or I'm putting together maybe blog post ideas, or just setting up goal ideas and I need to brainstorm or have a place to do that, that's what this other one is for. So friends, those are all of the inserts that I am including in my 2025 planner. If you have any questions about what you might need in your planner that maybe I didn't cover because it's not something that I necessarily track, but you are working on something, or you have a goal about something and you want a way to be able to keep track of it or write notes about it or take care of your customers, whatever the case may be, please go ahead and comment. Whether you're watching here on YouTube, I will see the comment and I will get back to you. But please let me know what you're working on, what you would like to include in your planner setup for 2025, because now is the best time to grab all of those things so that you can get started out on the correct foot for your 2025. And as always, friends, if you are in the market for building goals, developing habits, managing tasks, and you want to use a paper planner to do it, I am your person. Come and hang out with me, Cannon Planning, as we help you put those things together and save your 24 hours for the things that are important to you. Have a fantastic Monday, friends, and I'll see you all soon.